Ranveer Singh,
Yes, sir.
open. Follow.
Hello.
Yes, karo.
Yes, sir.
You share your slides, what you have done.
Sir,
Main thing है इसके की planning है कि नहीं? Planning of the games before 4 years. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, very nice, very nice. चलो,
okay.
Olympic games. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So the topic is Olympic Games. No.
Olympic games
Introduction.
नहीं. The name of topic is development of information system for Olympic games. Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay. Based on architecture, architectural development. Okay, go ahead. सीखो ये कोई. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So Olympic Games, so it will be Olympic Games Management System is a web-based application which is a replacement of the ordinary pen and paper method. So, as we know that there are 339 events conducted in Olympic and around 206 nations take part in this mega event. So it's tough for them, the administrator, to manage all these records and all these events on the page. So for this, it will be very helpful. This management system will be very helpful, uh, and it will be easy and efficient and fast. So player and admins are the users of the system, and in this system event scheduling is done by the admin. Means event every event which take place in the Olympic, it will be scheduled by the admin. That date and time, everything will be given by the admin, and it provides statistics of the match. Means statistics means which team means which country take part in an event, which countries and which players of that countries are taking part in any event, and who has won, who has not won, and who has won the gold, silver, bronze, all those medals, all these statistics. It also provides, and also it manages that player log. Means any player from which country it has been playing, and previously it has any record or not. Means he has broken any record or made a world record, it will be also be shown in the player log. So players can view their profile. Yes, players can also view their profile, and which contains their name and all that thing, and which also their previous record. Admin can also update statistics. So after every event, uh, updation is required in that system. So it will be done by the admin. Update statistics and event schedule also. Non-functional requirement, it has error handling. This product handles expected and non-expected errors in ways that prevent loss of information and long downtime period. So there should not be any loss of information, and the system is not working for a long time, that should also not happen. Authentication requirements. System demands and checks credentials every time. Every time user log into the system. So for every user, it wants the credentials, their username, password, and system provide different options to different users. Means admin will have its own options, and player will have their own options. Security requirements. System will use secure database. Normal users can just read information, but they cannot edit or modify anything. So the normal users cannot edit anything. System will have different types of users, and every user has access credentials. Okay, so we'll go to the use case. So this is the use case. It has two actors, player and admin, and the use cases are register event, then create event with extended date and time, This will be done by the admin. Create event. Which event will be created? This will be done by the admin. Then view profile of the players. This will view profile is for both player and admin. Then update profile, only the admin can update, means which player is taking part in the event and which are not. The admin can do it. And update statistics. Already I have told about the statistics that after every event statistics has to be maintained and updated, and this will be done by the admin. So this is the use case for this system. And then activity
Main
diagram.
thing, Ranveer, just I'm interrupting.
Yes, sir.
How do you schedule the event before 4 years? As you showed, 206 countries participate, and
Yes.
I think 300 something games are
39.
being conducted for each game. For example, football.
Yes.
Football. In football, maybe 150 countries intend to participate. So how do you schedule the football game starting from different knockout games, then organize and keep how many countries in the final run? In the final event, how many countries can participate? Out of 150, maybe in final you will keep 5 to 7. So how do you select 5 to 7 countries for the final match, and how you start planning your knockout games? Select that selection criteria, and from which date you start planning for that? How do you identify the locations for a set of countries? Asian countries in Asia, for African countries in African countries, how many countries are interested? How many locations you will fix? How do you plan that knockout things so that you take very few selected countries for the final match? So how do you do
Yes.
that? Yeah, that is the most important planning. For that you need a good software package. Yeah. Where you do that? Where do you do that? I don't find any event called any use case called as planning for knockout. मैंने छांट छांट के तुम लोग है ना 150 फुटबॉल खेलने के लिए इंटरेस्टेड है 150 आप लोग 5 या 7 को, तो कब से, फ्रॉम व्हिच डेट यू स्टार्ट प्लानिंग, और कहां कहां कैसे कैसे आप प्लानिंग कर रहे हो, वो चीज कहां आप प्लान कर रहे हो, वो बड़का बात है. जैसे
Not.
प्रतीक ने बताया, उसके लिए इन्वेंट्री एक बड़का बात है प्रतीक के लिए. तो उसी तरह का जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है उसको कैसे आप ऑर्गेनाइज करोगे? हाँ बोलो.
So knockout means the according to the medals.
सिलेक्शन मैचेस, सिलेक्शन.
Yes.
एशियन कंट्रीज में मान लो कि है 40 कंट्री इंटरेस्टेड. 40 को कैसे कैसे कब से आप प्लान करते करते लोगे यहाँ से एशिया से, मान लो कि एक की 2, 1 और 2 आप फाइनल के लिए लोगे या प्री फाइनल के लिए लोगे. तो कैसे कैसे प्लान करते हो? कैसे फुटबॉल एक सैंपल लो ना.
Yes.
जो कि सारे कंट्री इंटरेस्टेड है. 2006 से मान लो कि 120 इंटरेस्टेड है. 120 countries are interested for football. How you will organize the selection matches? सिलेक्शन राउंड में कैसे छांट छांट के आप लोगे? वो कहां
Yes,
पर
sir.
प्लानिंग आपकी होती है? सिलेक्शन नॉकआउट मैच के लिए कहां से कब से शुरू करोगे फुटबॉल का? सिंस व्हेन यू विल स्टार्ट? हाँ बोलो. वो कहां
So
पर आप प्लानिंग कर रहे हो? आप
I
प्लानिंग
have
तो
to add that. I have not
हैं?
added that.
हाँ वो बड़का बात है, वो बड़का बात है. दैट्स इम्पोर्टेंट
Okay.
थिंग. दैट्स इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग. दैट्स इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग. अच्छा, कलेक्शन. कोई अगर कंट्री पार्टिसिपेट करता है, ही मस्ट बी पेइंग सम अमाउंट इंडिया मान लो कि फुटबॉल में पार्टिसिपेट करता है, या तुम्हारा पुघाट मैडम जो है वो पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं किस में, जो क्या रेसलिंग में, रेसलिंग। तो रेसलिंग में मान लो कि इंडिया पार्टिसिपेट करता है, उसके लिए कितना फीस, कौन सी 300 कितना तुमने दिखाया, 300 कितना, 339 से मान लो कि इंडिया पार्टिसिपेट करती है 10 में, तो 10 के लिए, एक के लिए इतना, 10 के लिए डिसमल, फीस इंडिया को देना पड़ेगा। तो नथिंग इज फ्री, तो कलेक्शन ऑफ फीस, कैलकुलेशन ऑफ द टोटल अमाउंट ए कंट्री हैज टू पे, हाउ मेनी इवेंट में एक कंट्री पार्टिसिपेट करती है और उसको कितना देना पड़ता है, तो उसका कैलकुलेशन है। कहां पर आप दिखा रहे हो, कहीं नहीं दिखा रहे हो, वही तो चीज फ्री नहीं है, तो आप कैसे क्या, वो बड़ी बात है। तो कैसे कैसे आप स्क्रूटिनी करते करते सिलेक्शन मैच खिलाते खिलाते आप लेके फाइनल को जाओगे। तो हाउ यू ऑर्गेनाइज दैट्स द मेन इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट शेड्यूलिंग, शेड्यूल आप बनाओगे। शेड्यूल के लिए जगह कहां पर रखोगे, मान लो कि 40 कंट्रीज ऑफ एशिया में अप्लाई करते हैं फुटबॉल के लिए, तो कब से शुरू करोगे, 6-7 कंट्री को एक जगह, और एक 6-7 कंट्री को एक जगह, दूसरा जगह पर जो कन्वीनियंट होगा। इंडिया पाकिस्तान खेलोगी तो पाकिस्तान इंडिया को नहीं आएगा, इंडिया पाकिस्तान को नहीं जाएगा, तो ये सब पैरामीटर भी देखते हुए आप खेल करोगे। मान लो कि श्रीलंका में या तो सिंगापुर में, तो ये सब पैरामीटर भी देखना पड़ेगा, है कि नहीं। आप कैसे नॉकआउट मैचेस करवा सकते हो, हाउ यू कैन ऑर्गेनाइज द नॉकआउट मैचेस, लुकिंग एट द वेरियस पॉलिटिकल फैक्टर्स आल्सो। ये पॉलिटिक्स वाली बात हो गई। तो कुछ कंट्री अपना चॉइस देंगे कि मैं इस कंट्री का साथ मेरा अच्छा रिश्ता नहीं है, मैं होने से मैं नहीं पार्टिसिपेट करूंगा। देन यू ऑर्गेनाइज सम थर्ड कंट्री, हाँ सिंगापुर में आप गेम्स करवा दो, या श्रीलंका में करवा दो। तो हाउ डू ऑर्गेनाइज दैट, कब से, और ये सब कोई छोटी चीज नहीं है, बहुत बड़ी चीज है, बहुत बड़ी चीज, लंबी चीज है, लंबी चीज को कैसे आप शेड्यूल करते 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 फाइनल मैच को कितना आप लेके जाओगे, हाउ मेनी कंट्रीज विल पार्टिसिपेट इन द फाइनल मैच। साइकिलिंग में मान लो कि 120 कंट्री इंटरेस्टेड है, तो साइकिलिंग में वर्ल्ड भर का 206 कंट्री से 120 इंटरेस्टेड है, तो 120 को कैसे आप सिलेक्ट करते 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 आप वहां पर 7 कंट्री लेके जाओगे फाइनल मैच में, फाइनल गेम्स में आप वहां एग्जिबिट करने के लिए। ऑनलाइन एग्जीबिशन ये सब होती है, तो ऑनलाइन कैसे आप वहां दिखाओगे, उसके लिए प्लानिंग, उसका ऑनलाइन में 339 गेम्स को कहां कहां पर, मान लो कि जापान में होगा, कहां कहां पर आप ऑर्गेनाइज करोगे इतना सारा 339 गेम्स, उसके लिए रेफरी लाना पड़ेगा, जजेस लाना पड़ेगा। एक ये के लिए लॉन टेनिस के लिए मान लो कि 4 जज चाहिए, तो कहां से जज का फिक्स आप करोगे, रेफरी का। तो हर चीज को आप कहां से कैसे प्लानिंग कर रहे हो, मैं तो यहाँ से दिख नहीं रहा हूँ यूज केस में। अब जो बोल रहे हो मेरे को तो पता नहीं चला है कि आप ये सब कंसीडर किए हो कि नहीं। शेड्यूलिंग इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट,
Yes.
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज फिक्स ऑफ दी शेड्यूल। शेड्यूल कब से कैसे कैसे आप बना के चलोगे, ये बड़ी बात है। अच्छा दिखाओ, मैं तो इसको आप रीडू करोगे। ओके नेक्स्ट, क्या आपकी बढ़िया बात क्या है, नेक्स्ट चलो।
Sir, this is for means Olympic management system, means Olympic is, and then
क्या ऑर्गेनाइज,
admin.
आप इतना सारा चीज तो मैं बोला आप कुछ ऑर्गेनाइज किए हो, नहीं किए हो। मैं तो इतना सारा बोल दिया कि आप 2 से 6 कंट्री को कैसे प्लान करवा रहे हो, अब तो कुछ नहीं किए। स्टॉप स्टॉप, आ जाओ। कौन? जॉब पोर्टल, जितेंद्र आ जाओ। जितेंद्र, जितेंद्र, Jitendra is absent or what? Ingole, Jitendra is absent.
Yes, sir. I think he's absent.
जब काम की बात आता है तो सब टट्टी लग जाता है। ये सब आदत कचड़ा। हॉस्पिटल मैनेजमेंट, ऋषभ आ जाओ। ऋषभ,
Yes, sir.
ऋषभ आप ये करो, स्क्रीन या
Yes, sir. Is it visible, sir?
या आपकी जो पेज नंबर थोड़ा बड़ा करो।
Sir, that I have to do for every slide, sir, because there is no option.
Yeah, you have to do for every slide. Yeah,
Yes.
थोड़ा नीचे करोगे, बड़ा करोगे।
Yes, sir. I'll do.
सीखो 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 बाबू, सीखो। ओके, चलो चलो चलो, नीचे करोगे, थोड़ा बड़ा करोगे। ओके ओके, चलो।
Sir, wait, sir. I will do that, sir, first.
Yeah. Okay, do it later on.
Okay, sir. I will then start the.
Yeah.
So, hospital chain management system. So first of all, the introduction. So the hospital chain management system, that is HCMS, is a software that is intended to streamline the workflow and move towards more digitized way of managing things within a hospital or a network of hospitals. So the main objective of this software is to provide a platform or platform for a chain of hospitals to manage various aspects related to hospitals and also coordinate with other hospitals in the network to improve services. So this software will provide substantial autonomy to the individual hospitals in order to operate, but also keeps the hospitals stay connected and share resources among them.
Hello.
So yeah.
Hello, sir. Just for a second. Hello, sir. This is Jitendra
Yes.
Bora, sir.
क्या हुआ? अब absent थे? हाँ.
No, sir. I was not absent. For a moment, I got disconnected because of the power cut.
Okay, ठीक है. Okay. ये तुम्हारा जो ऋषभ को खत्म होने के बाद आप करोगे, ठीक है?
Okay, sir. Sorry for the interruption. Okay.
ठीक है.
Yes, sir. So I have there are 7 function modules that I have considered. So that is emergency register management, price making, the charges, the nurse station management, report printing, pharmacy dispensing, and data dictionary maintenance. So these 7 that also I have reduced to 5 in coming slides. That price making and charge I have considered another billing order, and this report printing and emergency register manager, receptionist. So I have combined some of the related tasks in a single modules. So what are the functional requirements for me? So the software should be able to automate processes managing the hospitals. So should have billing transactions functionality. So it should be able to have billing functionality, able to record, update, print patient informations. Update should be real time, that is software should be connected to server in order to operate. So that I have considered. So software should support a distributed department within the campus of hospital. So why? So because it is a chain of hospitals, so the hospitals can be at different locations. So depending upon the location, this hospital might be in a single building or in various buildings within a campus. Like we have a main hospital building, then different departments might be in some other building nearby to that. So that also depending on the location. So it should support that. So software should allow and maintain records of patient referred to other hospitals in the network. So it should also allow to maintain records of patient that is transferred or referred, let's say if there are no beds available in the given hospital, so the patient can be transferred to the nearby hospital within the network. Also, if there is a specialty that is not available in the hospital and it is available in the nearby hospital within the network for the same group, so we can refer him to that hospital. Some more functional requirements, that is should have dedicated pharmacy section for pharmacy related works. Okay, we have pharmacy related works. Report printing, able to share data reports between different hospitals within the network. So whenever a patient will be transferred, so also data reports will also be transferred. So as hospital succeeding the previous hospital might get information about that patient. So, and hospital staff login and attendance records. So that we want to manage the records of the staff within the hospital. So other requirements that I have considered, that is better interface suitable for long hour works, because receptionist and for various departments will have to work for more than 8 hours, 10 hours sitting there only. So the interface should be more suitable, more comfortable. Background should be more comfortable. Software should be platform independent. Why platform independent? Because it will be implemented for a chain of hospitals. So depending upon the hardware available to the hospital, so it should be platform independent, not depending upon the environments used by the hospital. Now starting time should be less, because whenever I start the hospital software, so starting time should be less. Along with this, I would also consider to maintain all non-functional quality requirements. I don't know, I will be truthful, I don't know if I will be able to meet all these requirements, but I will try my best. That is efficiency, complexity, try to make the things more uh, less complex, scalability, also adaptable to various environments. That is also covered in the platform independent part. Dependability, heterogeneity, then there are various ISO quality factors, that is functionality, reliability, usability, maintainability, portability. There is also efficiency, but I have also already included that in the previous one. So I will try my best to accommodate these, but I don't know if I would be able to, because I'm a single person within the software. So what is the reference architecture for me? So this is the client and server architecture that I have used as a reference architecture. Why? Because as I have said in the previous slide as well, that is software will be connected to server in order to operate. So I need a server in order to operate. So all the software, all the HCMS interfaces will be connected to the main server for all the time. So every hospital within the network will be connected to central server. So why client and server? Why I have selected client and server. So as it is a network of hospitals, so having central server storing everything would be a better option, because sharing will be easy, because I just have to remove the authorization or authentication part in order just in order to allow other hospital to access that data. Also within a network, resources are to be shared, so that it will be easier for client and server architecture. So because server can coordinate with other clients in order to share resources. Also, it will be easy to locate resources within the client and server architecture. Since it has to be connected to server throughout, so it will be better option. So client server so as we know that central server provides better reliability and security. It is a major point in the client and server architecture, because it is better, it provides better reliability, because it is a central server, so it helps to locate and locate resources and provide coordination between the various peers within its vicinity is better in client and server architecture. So the client and server will be reliable. Having client and server architecture allows various departments to be connected by using central server, that I have said. So I have taken only few inputs to demonstrate, but there will be many inputs. So that is staff details, patient details, medicine details, billing details, admission details. Then the system will process register to database, validate transactions, save data. Other also processes can be there. So what we can get outputs from that from that, for the hospital records, we can have printed receipts, information. So if in future point of view, if our group wants to research for something, then the data of the patients admitted in the hospital from past 10 years or 15 years, what kind of diseases they have, what kind of problems they have, so that also can be done here, so by printing reports. So this is the system flow. It is not diagram. It is just showing how the flow will be in the system. So we'll start with we'll then input user details, then we'll check is account valid. If access denied, then we'll go back to start. If it is valid, then system user dashboard. So the dashboard will have various functionalities. We'll check information, generate hospital reports, manage dashboards. So if I select manage dashboard, then I will go to then I have options like update information. I can print reports. If I go for generate hospital reports, I can directly print the reports. If I go for check information, then I can check in the view. Then I can check in the history also. Then I can print that history. So this all are iterative. So if I log out from the system, if I log out from the system, it will end. If I don't log out, it will keep on repeating. So this is loop. So this is the flowchart for the administrator module. So it will for whatever the administrators are there in the system. The administrator, let's say administrator is a post which have a let's say maximum authorization within the network, within the central server. So we'll start input user details, is account admin. So it is for admin user. So if its account is admin, then admin dashboard. So admin dashboard will provide various facilities to the admin, that staff registration, staff information, room registration, financial reports related to financial, then also system related to the system users also. Admin have admin have functionalities of system user also. Then whenever for the staff, you can check the staff details. He can go for process registration, view details. It will be connected to database also. Then if room registration, check for room details, how many rooms are filled, how many rooms are empty. Print reports, financial details. So these are things that administrator can manage. Flow chart of receptionist will be the very first person will be facing the client. So will be facing the person with the disease. So start input user, then is the account. This is the account for receptionist. So so you can see that in every flowchart I have given a condition, that is account valid, is account admin, is account receptionist. So it provides an authorization. It's provide an authorization in between. So authorization, it's really important within a network of system, because we don't want anyone else to access these resources, because these resources are what can I say, really important to the hospital. So this must be accessed by authorized person only. So is account receptionist? If yes, then it will go to receptionist dashboard. Then patient registration, patient information. The patient registration also provides the facility of transferring the patient and referring the patient on the recommendation of the head doctor. So patient information, room availability, if anyone comes and asks for admission within the, so whether the rooms are available or not. So if rooms are available, then admission of that patient within the system. So these all things that receptionist module will provide. That also will be connected to database, as I have said, that everything will be real time only connected to database. Flowchart of the head nurse. So what will the head nurse will do? So we'll start input user details, then also check the authorization for the head nurse, then head nurse dashboard, that is patient's history, update patient's checkout, that is if all the details have been cleared, doctor permits that the patient can check out, then head nurse will generate the patient checkout reports. Patient details, view patient history, patient update, everything is connected to database only. And these all things also go in loop also until the head nurse log out from the system. So now flowchart for the billing officer. Billing officer is different from receptionist because receptionist we don't we have divided the part of reception into basic two. Billing officer will be different because we don't want hassle over the reception desk. So billing officer will be at differently. Let's say different from receptionist. So we'll start the input user details. So billing officer will be there. Is it authenticated or not, authorized or not? So if he able to authenticate himself as authorized billing officer, so he will move forward. Then billing officer have so he can have various also pay bills, like is it a pharmacy bill or it is an admission bill related to that. So he has that. So he also have access to payment history also. So he can access payment history of any patient at any time. So his pharmacy bill is admission bill. So he also have access to the whether the patient has uh, insurance or not. So he will also manage that also, and he will log out for the system and it will end. And it also goes on loops until he goes out of the system. That is a log out from the system. So this is so I have taken basic 5 actors, that is administrator, head nurse, receptionist, pharmacist, billing officers. So many would why head doctor is not the actor, because I think we really the head doctor will rarely use the system. Every work from the system will be done by the head nurse following the doctor's order. So if he want patient's reports, he can just order the head nurse to give him the reports. Anything that. So if I really think in the proceeding design or within the coding that we need a head doctor, so I will conclude the powers of administrator and head nurse for the doctor, but I don't think I need that because head nurse is fine for that. So administrator have various control over the use cases. Head nurse have, receptionist have, billing officer also have, then pharmacist also have. Pharmacist also is a different actor within the SCMS system. So here the use case diagram. Administrator can manage system, register user, financial view financial reports, then access to patient reports. Head nurse also have update patient report, update patient, release patient, access to patient reports. Receptionists also have to register patients, then patient reports. Billing officer have managed bills and print receipts, as we have seen in the flow diagram also. Pharmacist also check stocks, whether the stocks are available for the medicine or not. If not, then contact the distributor to provide the stocks. Manage order. So manage order means the doctor has prescribed, he will provide that medicines, and then and that he will not bill the bill for that. So everything he will just update in the system, and when the patient will check out, the billing officer will bill for the medicines. So this is the activity diagram for the receptionist. So receptionist and patient printed output, these are the 3 main actors in that. So we will start, then receptionist will accept the patient inquiry. So it will input to the computer. So patient can also inquire the receptionist in that case also. So the details will be input in the computer. The written forms will be generated in order to keep the records, because we have to keep records in written form also. Then check in the system whether the beds are available or not, whether other constraints are fulfilled or not. Say if there is beds available, if the speciality that is required by the required for the patient is available in the hospital or not. So these are things will be checked in the check system part. Then we'll process the information, process output, and then print the results. We'll print the form and give and then stop. So for a given patient, reception will do these tasks. Then activity of head nurse, he will from the given patient. So he have access to patient details. Then check for available doctors to allow doctors, inquire approval. Then check patient status. So after check patient status is approve release. So if let's say doctor have approved for the patient release, if not, then again go for check patient status for in a loop. Now if he has approved, then if he has approved for the release, then confirm. Now we can see here there is a fork. That is, fork means that there are 2 concurrent streams. So after confirming that, the head nurse will also go back to check patient status for other patients also, and also another stream will approve the release of the patient. So this is fork and this is joint. The upper part, the upper level is joint and the lower level is fork. Now activity diagram of for pharmacist module. So pharmacist module will start, then accept medicine inquiry. He will check the stocks, whether the given medicine is available or not. If so, he will check stocks. If let's say he will first of all, patient will inquire the pharmacist for the medicine. He will accept the medicine inquiry. Then he will check the stocks. Then for the patient, it will be entered into the pre-ordered list. He will maintain a queue for that. If then at the billing section, pay bills for the patients. Patient will pay the bills. Then pharmacist will check the receipts, and this will everything will go on for loop for every given patient. Then and after the bills are paid, then pharmacist will release the medicine and stop. So for activity diagram for billing officer, that is billing officer will start. Here he will manage all the bills. If a patient comes to him for the pay bills, so pay bills, he will go on to manage bills. Then he will input into the computer, he will confirm, and he will process the payment and then generate a receipt which he can use at pharmacist, or he can keep that also. He can use that receipt for insurance inquiry also. Then release at the release patient and then stop. Billing officer will be at the end of the flow whenever the patient gets checks out from the hospital. So this is the sequence diagram of the system, that as we can say that the patient emergency department. So we have patient, emergency department, or OPD, the reception, doctor, pharmacy, and billing. So in my head, I have decided that I will make the OPD and the reception part as a similar part of thing. So patient will complain for or register the ask for registration within the OPD. Then OPD will reply for any inquiry that patient generates. OPD will reply for that. If he says he wants to register, then it will be passed on to reception. He will inquire for details, and it will pass back on to the patient. If he wants to register, then he will inquire for admission within the reception. Reception will return details. Then also if the reception will refer him to a doctor. So if doctor not on duty, then then it will be back to doctor. Then doctor will refer for medicine from the pharmacy. If he found that if the patient needs for medicine or not, then it will pass on to the billing section whether the bills are cleared or not. Then it gets pharmacy. Then he will collect the medicines. So if let's say doctor have announced that the patient can be released, so it will so we will release the patient will back to the control will be back to sequence of control will be back to the patient only. So patient inquire for the medicine also from the pharmacy without going through these let's say he have also already concerned he is already talk to the doctor, and doctor have prescribed something. So he will rather than inquiring at the OPD or reception, he will directly go on to pharmacy. He will inquire for the medicine. If medicine available, he will pay the bills and check out with the medicines. Also patient can directly go on for billing also. Let's say if a patient is already there, and some relative of patient wants to pay for all the bills, he can directly inquire for the billing, and inquire in the billing section. He will pay the bills and get. So this is the class diagram. So we have login form for various, as I've said that we need authorization. We need authorization, and for authorization every user have to authenticate himself. So there will be a login form class. Then login form class will have users within that. So some user will be admin, receptionist, head nurse, and other staff members also. So this class diagram shows that we have classes like login form, which have user ID, user type, username, password, then submit login, then whether we want to grant access or not, so it will be checked also. Then we have users also have same things like user ID, full name, address, contact. I can also have Aadhaar card or something type of ID within that also. So manages and all the transaction within that. And then inventory class, that it will check for all the stocks for the pharmacist. So pharmacist, there will be pharmacist class also. So all the pharmacists within the, we may have many of the pharmacy stores within the campus, if the campus is huge. So pharmacist ID, his full name, his address, his contact details. So he have the functionalities like view stocks, generate order, then release the drugs. Now for the receptionist, it is the class for the receptionist only. So this is receptionist ID, full name, his contact, his address. So he can admit patient, he can check the history for the patient. He can also view the admission for the patient. In the admission also, we will need admit ID, admit date, then patient ID, then what is the room is allotted, that is room ID, then what bed within the room is allotted, then what is the doctor that has been allotted to the patient. So that also, then we can also calculate days for that within from the admit date, using admit date and the present date. So we can calculate the days. So how much days the patient is there in the hospital. Then payment section, which will be helpful for the billing officer. Then payment class. So payment ID, we have order ID, patient ID, the type of payment, whether it is UPI, NEFT, cash, or directly through the card. So that payment type also. So what is the total amount paid for the given order for the given patient. So then calculate the bill. If so we have different things, then we have to calculate the bill for that automatically, because we don't want billing officer to calculate it manually. Then generate the receipt and statement of the account. Access to the statement of the account if needed by the administrators. So we have billing officer class, that so he will have billing officer will have officer ID, that is who is the officer there. We may have more than one officer. We may have many of the officers there at the billing section if the hospital is very huge. Let's say we have, so the patient line will be also huge, so we need more than one. So officer ID, his full name, his order address, his contact details, then generate bill for the patient, clear patient. So whenever the dues are clear, doctor advised to release the patient. Then we have to check for the dues also for the patient. Then clear patient will help in that. So beds also, for every patient we need bed. So we need so whatever the bed, whatever the number of amount beds we have in the hospital, all will be marked, all will be tagged with the bed ID, date added, at what point of time or at what date the bed was added in the system. So the type of bed, whether it is a multiple functionality bed or single bed, or so as we have seen in the hospital, there are many types of bed. So some are remote controlled, which can uprise or down the bed also, and within the system of the hospital. So check the availability of the beds, that is also important. So we can set availability, we can also assign it to set availability. Is here is that we can also set the amount of beds to be available within the system for the receptions. Let's say I have maintained, so I have 20 beds, so I will reserve 5 beds for future purpose or emergency purpose, or we let's say some political influence is there that we need beds, so I will reserve some beds for that purpose also. So I will set availability to 15 beds only, but we have 20 beds within the hospital. So rooms will have multiple beds within that. So every room will have room ID, date added, so number of beds there in the room, that is bed capacity, then unit price for the given room. So let's say we have different kinds of room with different kinds of facilities and luxuries, so every room will cost in different, and the rate will be added within the hospital, given by the number of days the patient stayed within the hospital. So this part is which I have left, head nurse. So there will be head nurse also. So the head nurse will also have nurse ID, his full name, his address, his contact. So so head nurse will have access to, he can check for history. So update the patient status, that is whether the patient is still there in the hospital or doctor has ordered to release him. Then if doctor has ordered to release him, then it will generate the release patient part. So this is the class diagram for that. Now this is the component diagram. As we can see here, we have central server. So I have used client and server architecture as a reference architecture. So everything that is there in the HCM system, everything will be connected to central server real time. So it has an interface. This interface will be module interface only, which will be connected to server. So head nurse module, billing officer, pharmacist, administrator, receptionist module, all will be connected directly to the central server only. So as we need real-time interaction with the server, we'll need stream connector. So I've used stream connector. Also, receptionist model will be all the other components within this component diagram will be connected to SCMS through procedure calls. So this is the component diagram. So after designing this part, we will come down to the development process. So coming down to the development process, for coding, I will be using Java as a programming language and MySQL for my local server, and I'll be using NetBeans IDE for NetBeans IDE for coding. So why I have selected Java, because as in the scenario, I have the role of both architect and the coder. So I have to take care that what programming language is the best for me. So in which language I have the expertise which I can manage. So that I have to take care of. So Java, I think I am pretty good in that. So I have selected Java. Also, software has to be as we have discussed in the functional requirements, that software must have to be platform independent. So that's why also software has to be platform independent to be implemented in various environments. So Java also has that. As we know that Java bytecode is platform independent. So also designing GUI is easy in NetBeans IDEs. I have experience with that. I have used that a lot. So I have pretty much easiness in order to operate that. And it also provides skeleton structure based on the UI also. So NetBeans IDE also provide a skeleton structure. So this is the last part. So now any suggestions for me to improve?
Okay. For example, Apollo has a small hospital at Bilaspur. Okay.
Yes, sir.
A patient comes which has some rare disease, and the small hospital at Bilaspur doesn't treat the patient, doesn't have that facility or infrastructure. That means the kind of doctors or the equipment they don't have at Bilaspur. So they advise the patient to go to a bigger unit at Apollo has a bigger unit at Hyderabad. Okay. So how you can coordinate this type of activity, because this is the need of a chain. Yours is a chain. So if one facility is not available at one unit, how you can coordinate the treatment of the patient in another unit where the possible treatment is available. So how your system can organize that? How you can help to transport the patient?
Yes,
In
sir.
what? Yeah. So you
Yes,
need
sir.
to plan for that. You need to
Yes,
plan.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as we can see that I have a client server architecture, so everything has to be stored within a central server. So every data is there on the central server only, but for a given hospital, details are there for the given hospital only. So authorization is there. So now let's say if a patient comes in the Bilaspur hospital, and he will inquire that I have this kind of problem. He will inquire, we will register that patient within, doctor will inspect that, and he found that he has a rare disease which we don't treat, which we have not specialized facility for that to treat. So doctor will refer that patient, or will say that we don't have a facility, but we have a network, we have another hospital there nearby. So if you want, we can refer you there. So now this call will come down to receptionist only. Receptionists have to now coordinate with other receptionists on the different hospital. So as we have central server only, so it will be easy for receptionist in order to communicate with that only. So as we know that we have number of beds available, we know that what are the facilities available. So this receptionist will try to coordinate with receptionist of another hospital. He might do with he can't do within the system only. He will coordinate that. He will try to ask for the facility. Is it available in that hospital only, the nearby hospital within the chain. If that receptionist will also check in the system whether the beds are available, whether the doctor is available, whether we have that facility or not. If he approves that, then we will try to transfer that data through the central server only to another hospital, and will provide the ambulance to the patient, and now he can go and take admission back in that hospital. And that hospital will not have to start from very beginning, because we already have shared the data with that, because every data is on the central server only. So receptionist or the head nurse, if after admission of the patient, so he can go for have a look over the reports that this doctor have generated within the previous hospital. So it reduces the time also.
Okay, so you keep a plan for it, okay? You keep
Yes,
a plan for it, because
Yes, sir.
this is the advantage of having a chain of hospital, chain. So, and particularly, during this COVID period, in small locations like Bilaspur, some facilities are not there. So they have Apollo has a facility of air ambulance. So they transfer the student and the patient by their air ambulance from Bilaspur to Hyderabad or to Chennai, where there is some better opportunities are there for treatment. Okay, so how your software can organize, that has to be thought of. Okay, that
Yes,
has to be
sir.
thought of.
Yes, sir. I will
Okay,
plan for
so
that,
you,
sir.
yeah, you try. Okay, this is the skeleton you have shown, and now you have to plan for a full-fledged software, how it can be operational, both back end and front end. Okay? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, something I have seen. Yeah, fine. Now Jitendra Gora, come.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You share your slides. Yeah.
It's visible, right? Hello.
Yes, very nice, very nice.
Oh, hello.
आपकी slide number किधर है?
So this is the
Jitendra
first
Babu.
slide of the presentation. So
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll talk about the online job portal today. So let's go through the contents of the topic. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So we'll be having this content. First, we will be talking about need of the job portal. Then we'll be going through overview. And after that, current scenario. What is the current scenario? Current scenario of the hiring process. And then we will go through the proposed solution for this job portal. Then we'll be talking about some very common architecture. This is MVC architecture. So most of the web development application uses this architecture. And after that, we'll be talking about functional and non-functional requirement. And likewise, we talking in more details. So let's talk about need for the job portal. So we'll be dividing this into one will be for the individual, that will be the job seeker, and another one will be the company or the recruiter, which will be hiring the individual. So let's talk about the need for the individuals. So as we know, walk-ins is the process of conducting the walk-in is the what is walk-ins. Walk-in is the process of conducting this in offline process, like on their infrastructure. So this can be really tiresome, and some communication mismatch will be there, timing issues will be there for the individual. because for a limited time he can go to that infrastructure and attend the offline process. So to overcome this need, to overcome this, we'll be needing the online job portal. And so if we have a online job portal, then the individual can search for any job at any time. So he doesn't need to travel one place to another place. So it will be saving him or her a lot of time. So then process of finding and getting a suitable job can be made very easy and smooth with the help of this job portal. And applying for a job online is always the best way, right? Because a job seeker can apply anytime. It is a 24/7 facility. Yeah, let me select the pointer. Yeah. Now let's talk about the need for companies. So companies need to conduct regular walk-ins at their location if this job portal was not there. So they need to conduct the walk-ins at a regular time period. So which require infrastructure, and it will involve manual effort and a lot of time. It will be wasting a lot of time. Now conducting walk-ins can be really difficult for some certain reason, right? For timing issues, for communication mismatch, and one of the very important need for the job portal is the promotion of firm, because if a new startup, if a new company starts, then they need to promote their firm, right? So with the help of the job portal, they can post their job or they can advertise there. So this job portal will help them in order to promote their firm. So this is the most important need of the job portal for the new companies or new startups. So let's talk about some overview. We'll be having a common platform where companies will be posting their jobs. They will be creating profile first. Both individual and companies both will be creating profile. Company will be posting their job with the description, and individual will be applying for the jobs. Okay, so for companies they will be posting jobs, and they can promote as well if they are new in market. So for individual, it will be common place for job hunting, right? So it is a 24/7 facility. An individual can search for any job at any time, and he can apply for various job at a time, right? If it was a offline process, then he can visit only one place, and there he can apply only one job, right? But on this portal, he can apply for various jobs at a time, right? So this will be the common platform to bring companies and individuals together. So this will help both of them. Now let's talk about the current scenario. What is the current scenario? So this online job portal has become a very popular. So like most of the companies hire through this portal, but still they conduct walk-ins as well, right? So companies post. So let's talk about the scenario of posting their job on the job portal. The companies will be posting their job with the proper description. What are their requirements? What skills they need for the what profile they are hiring for. So with the proper description, they will be posting their job on the portal. Okay. So if a individual is new on a portal, then he will register first, and if he is already registered, then he can post resume or update it if he has already posted it, and then apply for many jobs on the portal according to his requirements, right? So companies still need to conduct walk-ins at their location, right? Because they will be posting their jobs on the portal, but for some better reach, they will be conducting walk-ins as well, which will require infrastructure, and it will involve cost and time as well, right? Individual need to go at the respective location, right? He will be applying on the job portal, but for the further processor, he need to visit the campus, and he need to go to the campus for the further process. So it will consume time, and it will be the manual process. But still on job portal, this process can be done. Online exams can be conducted on the job portal. So if one company wants everything to be done on the job portal, then further process can be done on the job portal. That will depend on the company to company. Now let's talk about the purpose solution. What we'll have in the job portal. So we will be building a common platform for both companies and individuals. It will be a simple and professional user interface, because every website or apps we develop, it has to be user friendly, right? So it will be simple to use and it will be professional interface. Okay. So for the posting of jobs and applying for jobs, company will post their jobs with the proper description and requirements, and individual will register there. They will log in there and they will search for the jobs according to their requirement and appear for the further process. And now this feature is very important. We will be using increased filtering, some advanced filtering we will be using, so that this feature will help both the individual and the company to get a good experience of the website, right? Suppose if an individual wants a job, like wants to search for a job for a specific profile, right? Like suppose for a developer profile, he wants to search a job, or in a particular city he wants to search a job, so he'll be using this filtering, like in what city he wants the job or for what profile he wants the job. So this filtering will help them a lot. So let's continue to the proposed solution. After registration, because both company and individual will have to register first. After that, let's talk about the individual first. After the registration, he will be asked to complete his or her profile. Like he will be uploading resume, he will be uploading his skills, like and many things depending on his profile. Now, once applied for a job, if an individual applies for a particular job, then he will. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So if an individual applies for a particular job and he completes the further process, and suppose company might not select him, right? So then for a particular period of time, he will not be able to apply for the same job again, right? Like for a month or for a 2 month, like that. So this filtering will also be there. Now individual will be verified by sending a random code through the SMS or email at the time of registration, right? Like kind of OTP kind of thing to verify his profile. Now let's talk about this MVC architecture, because we will be developing a website or a kind of that thing. So for web development, this MVC architecture is very frequently used. So this stands for Model View Controller. Okay, so it's a 3-tier architecture. We divides the whole application in 3 parts. So one part is model, and second part is view, and third part is controller. So let's talk about the view first. So this is the user interface or the front end, right? The interface will be coming under view part. So it will be containing all the features like text fields, drop downs, checkbox, all the things user interface contains will come under the view part. Now let's talk about the model part. Model part will handle all the data from the database. Like suppose in the starting, individual will register there, right? So he will be entering his details in the registration, like his name, his email. So all the after submitting this all the information, this data will be handled by the model, because this data will be saved in the database, right, in a form of table. So this data will be handled by the model part. Now let's talk about the controller part. Controller part is important because it will be helping both the view and model, right? This is where we have all the business logic, like what will be the format of the data which will be saved in the database, and if some part of the data is missing. Suppose a new candidate registers here and he misses some information, like suppose his mail is missed or his name is missed, then controller will immediately notify him that this part of field is missed without sending the data to forward sending the data to forward phase. So this controller will be communicating directly with the view and directly with the model as well. So suppose an individual sends some input, he'll be sending some input like submitting the data, then controller will check the data if it's in a right format or not. If it's in right format, then it will forward the data to the model part, and the data will be saved in the database. So this will be handling all the business logic which binds the model and view together. So this is a very common and frequently architecture in the web development applications. Now let's talk about the requirements of our portal. So first talk about functional requirements. We will be having 3 modules. One will be the user module and
no. ये जितेंद्र आप मॉड्यूल पर मत आओ, ये पूरा आप डेवलपर की तरह नीचे से आप जा रहे हो, बॉटम अप आप कर रहे हो, ये आदत छोड़ो, ये बॉटम अप की आदत छोड़ो, आपको ऊपर से नीचे तक आना है, आप नीचे से ऊपर जा रहे हो, ऐसा नहीं सोचने का। तो आप ऊपर से कैसे आओगे, वही यूज केस एक्टिविटी। हाँ, ये नीचे से मत जाओ, ये नीचे वाला काम है। मॉड्यूल माने नीचे लेवल पर, आप ऊपर से नीचे। ना ये नहीं दिखाना, ये इस दिशा में आपको सोचना नहीं है, नहीं तो सारे गलत हो जाएगी। नीचे से ऊपर नहीं जाने का, ऊपर से नीचे आने का, ठीक है?
Okay sir, okay then let's talk about the modeling diagram first.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the architecture first.
ये बढ़िया।
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we'll be having one will be the individual, and the job seeker will be searching or applying for the jobs, and another will be the company component or the recruiter component. So this job seeker will choose some field like registration or login, and using that field he will be providing some data. If it is login, then he will be providing username and password. If it is registration, then he will be providing more data, and that will be stored. That data will be stored as a form of registration table in the database. And after that, suppose this individual wants to search for a job, so he will be using this advanced filtering for the job. This feature will be used by both of the component. Company or recruiter will be using this filter a lot, and the job seeker will also be using it. So so by using this filter, he will be selecting a specific job or a specific city. He will be selecting, and so as a result of this filtering, a list of jobs for that candidate will appear there. Suppose he has selected a particular city, so in that city all the job description, all the a list of all the jobs in that city for a particular profile will be shown to him. Now let's talk about the company component. So as like the individual, they also need to log in. If they are new, then they need to register first. So after that, after login, if they want to post some new job, right? So they need to give a proper description of the job and how many vacancies are there and for what skills or what profile they are hiring. So they will be providing all the data here, and then the data will be stored in the database as in a form of table. Now suppose they have just posted a new job, so this will be stored in the database, and just after that, if some filtering is done by an individual and it matches according to like suppose he has selected a city or a specific profile, if this matches with this job, then this will also come in the list of all the jobs that will be shown to the individual. So suppose, and let's talk about some matching part here. So suppose a individual use this filtering, and he used this filtering, and suppose a job that belongs to that company comes in the list of all the jobs that the user has applied, has use the filtering. So he will be applying for that job also, right? So how the company or recruiter will get notified that some individual has applied for their job? So for that, if this condition matches here, then all the details of the job seeker, like his name or his resume or his skills, in his resume, all these details will be mentioned. So basically this resume will be sent to the company, not sent, like the our application will notify them, like the a list will be created there. In that list, this particular resume will be there in that list. So this is a like kind of zero level, we can say, architecture. We'll be going deep in that at a time of development. So let's talk about some UML diagram. Use case diagram is very important. So it will give some dynamic view of the system, how the user will be in, how the particular actor will be using use cases. So there are some external and internal factors. We have seen them. We call them as actors, and they give a visualization of. So this diagram will give visualization of actors and their roles and how the relationship occurs between them. So let's go to the UML diagram. So we will be having some actors here. A new user will be an actor, so he needs to register first, right? So, and then if a user has already registered, then he will be considered as a registered user. So he will be there. There will be a forgot password use case as well. So if at a time of login he forgets the password, then he can use this feature, and there will be more use case like view jobs, and if he wants to check the applied jobs, so he can check all the applied jobs he has applied recently, and he can use this feature search jobs, and he can upload the resume or update the resume if he wants to update the resume. Now let's talk about another actor, admin. He will be taking care of this application. So he need to log in, as well, and after that he will be managing all the users and all the companies. So suppose if a new company has just registered, so he need to verify if it is authentic or not. So he need to approve the company. If a company just posted a new job, then he will be notified, then he will approve the job if it's authentic, and if some, and he can see all the jobs, like all the jobs. Now let's talk about the new company. New company has to register first, and after that it can log in. Now let's talk about some use cases of registered company. If it has already registered, then it can view approved jobs, like this company will be uploading a lot of jobs. So if they are approved by the admin, then it can check how many jobs has approved, and it can post jobs. It can search this. The filtering will be done here. It can search resume and download resume for the further process, and this both actors can update their profile, right, because they will be having their profile, like the user will be having profile in which he'll be having his name, email, resume, like that, and the company will be having a separate profile. So like that they can update their profile. So this is the zero case use case diagram. So after that we can extend it further. So let's talk about some activity diagram. We will be here, we consider the activity diagram for apply jobs, how a individual applies for the job. So let's talk about the user side first. User will use this search job feature here, and here filtering will be done. So suppose he used some filtering, like selecting a particular city or selecting some particular profile. He will be accessing this filtering here. So from this activity, so it will go to check availability. Here the availability of that job will be checked. If it is like, if according to his requirements, if any job is there, then job found, we will go to this activity, job found. If according to his filtration is no, and then there doesn't exist any job, then or if the job has expired, like they have completed their hiring process, then it will go to job expired activity. So from here, suppose he has found jobs, so he'll be applying here. In apply section, he'll be entering his details, or just it can be like a automatic feature, like his resume is already uploaded there, so he can just submit it or save details. So after that, it can be automatically be done, or it can be done manually as well. So after that, after saving the details, the company will be notified that a particular individual has applied for the job. So that individual will be listed in a list where all the individual has applied for that particular job. So this then from the saving details we will be going to the successfully applied activity, and from that we will be going to final state. Now let's talk about another activity diagram for search jobs. So individual will be searching for jobs. So we will be using the request for from the initial state. We will go to request for search. So we'll be using the search button or search feature there. So from there a prompt request will be created, a text kind of text box will be created. In that the user will enter, or we can consider the filtering part here, like apart from searching you can use the filtering part also, or he can type as well. So from that this search will be verified if according to his filtering any job exists or not. If it doesn't, if not any job exists, then from here we'll go to final state. If any job exists or more than one job exists, then a list will be sorted to him, and from there he can go to final state. And the apply job we have seen here now, apply, how to apply for a job. This process he will do the apply for job from here. So now let's talk about the activity diagram for post and upload jobs. The company will be posting jobs, so let's talk about that. So company has already registered or login. So from that, this company will be using this activity enter job to upload, like it will be kind of in text box or button. So from there a text field kind of thing will be created, and in that company will be providing all the job description, like for what profile they are hiring, what skills they need. And from there, this if they does not provide the proper information, or in a particular format that doesn't provide it, then the error will be created that you have not given enough data. If they complete it properly, then from this we'll go to that upload successful activity, and from here we'll go to final state. Now let's talk about the class diagram. So we'll be having few classes here. So this will be a very common class, person class. In that we have some attributes, username, password, and we have some functions here, login, logout. Now we will be having three important class: admin, job seeker, and company. So they all need to, they will be generalized to this class. They will be using this login and logout function, and in order to that they will be using these attributes. Now how this admin is managing these job seekers. So this will be a one-to-many relationship. In admin class we will be having some functions like view jobs, approve jobs, which we have seen in the use case diagram. Now let's talk about the job seeker class. We'll be having these attributes: his name, his address, his email ID, like that, and we'll be having some functions as well, right? And we will be having a separate class of feedback, which I haven't discussed in the use case diagram, but we can use this feature as well. Like suppose a job seeker has applied for some job, and he has completed the process of hiring, he has got selected, then he can use this feature as well, feedback. So it will be helping other job seekers. Now we'll be having one more class of job. So, and this will be many-to-many relationship, because a job seeker can apply for many jobs, and a job can be applied for many job seekers, right? So in job class we will be having some functions like add jobs, search jobs, apply jobs, and we will be having one more class of resume. In that we'll be having some attributes like his skills or his name kind of thing, and then we'll be having some functions like upload and update. And this resume selection will be having one more class. This comes under the filtration part. Here a particular company can use the filtration feature to get the required candidate details. So in that we'll be having some job ID also, and candidate name also, job title, like what kind of profile or skills thing, and we'll be having some function there as well, like get result or set result. So this will be basically used under the filtration part. Company will be filtering all the required resumes. like suppose 100 number of candidates have applied for the job. Now company need to filter, right? So the company will be using this feature here. Now let's talk about the features, like what features we will be having in our portal. So feature for the job seekers, we will be having fresh registration for new users, as we have seen in the use case diagram. And after the completion of registration, an individual can upload his resume and this email kind of thing. This will be done at the time of registration, and after that he can print or delete his resume as well and re-upload as well. Now photographs kind of thing, these will also be done at the time of registration, or this can update it as well. Now change password will also be there. Change password or forget password will be there at the initial phase, and change password will be there inside the profile. Now search feature will also be there. Inside that we'll be using that advanced filtering. So like we'll be using this filtering by like location, category, a particular company or experience. These kind of these features will be used in the filtering feature. Now, and the apply feature will also be there. You will be applying for the jobs like so. Now let's talk about the recruiter feature. For the company, we'll be having features like registration, mass mailing will be there. Like suppose in the past, a lot of individuals has applied for their jobs, so they can use the filtering part there. Like they can use the filtering part there, and from they can get the data, and they can use this feature of mass mailing to all the candidates there. They can post the job with the proper description, and this resume status will be this feature will also be there. Like they can select, like if a particular resume doesn't match their requirements, then they just ignore it, like they. And if a particular resume matches with their requirement, then this status will be updated likewise, and then they can download the resume as well, save for the further process, and they can search this resume. Like for they will be using this filtering here. Using that, they will be searching resume on basis of location and technology experience, like that. Now let's talk about benefits of these portals. As we have already seen, like this will be very much beneficial comparing to offline process, right? So for job seekers, it will be beneficial. They will be getting job alerts because this portal will be continuously notifying them if a new job has posted there. So a superior job portal will be using this feature. It will be notifying the individuals via emails whenever there is some new job posted. So in that way, a candidate will not miss any chance to miss that particular job. Now more job opportunity will be there, right? So job portal will offer a full collection. Like there will be a lot of jobs, so a particular individual need not to worry about going one portal to another portal, because these portals are very much famous these days. So most of the companies post their jobs there, so he'll be getting more job opportunities, and it will be very much resourceful, right? So with these portals, we can search a job very effectively and effortlessly. It will be a 24/7 availability. So according to his time relevance, the individual can search there or apply there. So for the individual, this time saving will be the main benefits of this portal. So instead of going to particular firm and doing the further process there, he can just apply on the job portal. And another benefit will be the cost efficient and time efficient, right? Because in the offline process, a particular job seeker need to go to the firm, so this will cost him, and the time will be also wasted. And for a limited period of time, he can go there and do the further processing. But on the job portal, it can be done anytime, so it will be a 24/7 availability. So now let's talk about the benefits of companies. So if a company is new in the market, or a startup has just established, so they can promote their firms, right? Because these job portals will be very popular, so they can just advertise there, or by posting job there, their promotion will be done. So this will help them in order to promote their firm, and cost and time efficient. It will be very cost and time efficient, right? Because they do not need to worry about conducting the walk-ins and the offline process. And more beneficial, like this resume research will this filtering will be done there, so they don't need to do this manually, right? So, and easy way of choosing candidates, right? Because they will be filtering the resumes there, so this will help them to do this process smoothly. So and that's it. Any suggestions, please? Hello.
Sir, your mic is mute, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Thank you, Ingole. Thank you. Jitendra, your work is good. Only thing is, I would suggest some sort of scrutiny of the applications. Okay. For example, Infosys has got 3-4 locations. Okay. One at Bangalore, one at Pune, one at Bhubaneswar, one at, I think, Gurgaon, something like that, for example. So Infosys will collect the application from the students and identify the location of the students to call them for interview at their site.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
So after collecting the applications of the students, those who are from the southern India prefer to have the interview at Bangalore. Those who are in western side, they will prefer to have it at Pune. Those who are in the northern sort of scrutiny, think of how to organize the interviews for the concerned company. Okay, it's not your job. It's the job of the company. But the little bit a guiding force for the company, you can help them that this boy would appreciate to have the interview at Bhubaneswar or at Gurgaon or at Pune or at Bangalore, something like that. Okay, that's just a small tips. Okay, Achha, that's one thing. Second, the company from, for example, a company, IT company at Australia. So that company would prefer to get the applications from Australia only, not from other countries. They may, but it may not be convenient for the applicants to reach Australia and face the interview there, until unless it is that much attractive, something like that. So that happens. Okay,
Right,
Ingole has.
right, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Ingole has to tell something. Yeah.
And I would like
Oh,
to add
sir.
one point that as an employer, or they are also known as boards, so they can't view the resumes for free. So as an employer, they have to subscribe. There are various subscription plans.
Sir.
So yeah, they have to take some a subscription plan.
Okay.
And, So according to subscription plan, they can see like around 1,000 CVs if they choose a less costly subscription plan or 25 CVs.
I got your point, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can use this subscription feature for the company, because most of the job portals provide this feature free for job seekers. They charge companies only, right?
Yeah. So this is the revenue. They get the revenue from this companies only after subscription.
Oh, sir. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I'll try to add this subscription part. Okay. Anything else? Anybody?
Anybody to help Jitendra, Gora, Siddharth, come forward. Vikas, आप बताओ जितेंद्र को. Any tips, Jitendra, you want to give? Vikas Kumar. विकास कहाँ अब छुप गए? विकास
Yes,
ये
sir.
हाँ, आप बताओ कुछ, उसका स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ाओ, उसका स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ाओ.
Yeah, any suggestions for any more feature you can
Yeah.
apart from these features?
Jitendra?
But
So what about like there are some job portals where the like if you want a job you can like have a counsel like from some professionals. So what about that feature? Like some professionals can provide you some counseling about like what can you do or what you cannot do for like interviews and all.
you talking about the conducting of online exams kind of thing?
No, means not exams, just counselings for all those things, like how to make you prepare for every jobs and all.
Right, like providing resources or kind of that thing.
Y-
Right.
Yes, just giving you
That will be additional
suggestions.
feature. Yeah. That will be
Yeah.
additional feature. If one job portal wants to add that, then they can add it.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I got your point.
Because the planning is the most important priority. Planning. How efficiently you can plan, and it will help you to proceed systematically. Yeah. And anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. Okay, we'll go down. Let me meet on Saturday. That is the last and final class for this. Because I also strongly feel that this discussion will help you develop your software in a right direction. So I'm giving this time because to build your strength, Okay. Okay,
Sir,
Ingole, आप attendance ले लो.
Yes.
हाँ, बोलो.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have not been assigned to any PPTs. So, sir, I have also said this to Ingole, sir. Sir,
Which one?
sir, I'm Siddharth Rautore, sir. Sir,
Okay,
I'm saying that I am not
yeah.
assigned any PPTs to present.
Very time is very short. That's the whole thing. Time is very short because COVID time, it got reduced by 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So I'm helpless. I cannot assign to all. So
Sir, your voice is
the
cracking,
first
sir.
document, my voice is cracking. I don't. Anyway, hope I'll give you storage. Today I will have this one class. Okay.
Sir,
Am
can you
I
repeat?
audible? Am I audible?
Now it's fine, sir.
Yes, sir. Now we can.
Yeah, now it is fine. So because of the internet problem, we are so much dependent on internet. Anyway, so Saturday, the last class, I took some samples. Siddharth, I wanted. So if you can talk with me later on, sometimes individually, that is fine. But I
Yes, sir.
won't be able to give you extra slot for you because Saturday is a holiday. Still, then I'm giving time and I am giving time and I am sitting for you only. I give opportunity to some students, but not to all because this time is very less because of the COVID problem. COVID problem has become very much sad and bad. So I couldn't give the opportunity to present for all. After you return, I will call you. To present, okay? After you return
Okay, sir.
here. So,
Okay, sir.
so
Okay, sir.
you
Fine.
do systematically and develop systematically. Everything people learn among with good discussion among their good friends. So identify good peers, good friends, discuss among yourself, and develop with full sincerity. Here we saw Jitendra told very good architecture. I am so happy. MVC architecture. I am very happy, Jitendra. I thank you. We heard something research from Oh, we heard Rishabh from client server architecture. Good. So you discuss among yourself. You discuss amongst yourself, make a good peer group and develop with full sincerity. You can build a very good software and get good grades from my hand after you return. Okay? Okay. So last class will be Saturday. We'll be meeting on Saturday at 4:15 p.m. Till then, bye. Till then, bye. बाय इनको ले आप ले लो
Yes, sir.
अटेंडेंस ठीक है
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ओके ओके बाय स्टूडेंट्स बाय 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 टिल देन बाय
Okay, I am writing down the names, those who are present. Just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, guys, you can leave now.